The Bert Show.
Time to get buzzed on the hot goss from Hollywood with Abby. It's the Bert Show's Entertainment Buzz.
It was one of the great mysteries of 2023. What the hell happened to Jamie Foxx? So he was in the middle of filming a Netflix movie called Back in Action. This was all back in April. And he was hospitalized due to an unspecified, quote, medical complication and had this long recovery process. I know he was spotted at like a rehab facility in Chicago and everyone was wondering like, what happened to him? Now he says he's ready to talk about it. So he was recently accepting an award from the African American Film Critics Association. And he says it's all going to come out when he starts doing stand-up again.
Everybody wants to know what happened, and I'm going to tell you what happened, but I got to do it in my way. I'm going to do it in a funny way. We're going to be on stage. We're going to go back to the stand-up roots. Come see me when we go take this thing out. There'll be some things in there that you'll love. There'll be some things in there that will, pull at your heartstrings.
In other words, he's going to profit off his story.
Yep. As he should. It's his story to profit off of.
I completely agree. I think he should do the same thing.
That's what Chris Rock did too, right? He wouldn't talk about it, the slap, until he was had a Netflix special.
Whenever the world is waiting for you to respond to something, you should certainly do it behind the paywall of you getting paid.
Exactly. Drop it in his Patreon. But he did talk about how this near-death experience did make him appreciate life more.
Cherish life, man. I cannot tell you. I had some people in my life that really made sure I was here because it was dire straits. I take things differently now because you just don't know. I was drinking some water. Wow, you taste this water? It's so wet. This is the wettest water. Was it like this before I passed away?
Breaking news, water is wet.
He almost sounded like Dave Chappelle there for a second.
He did. Yeah, he did.
All right, I'm calling for a ceasefire. A ceasefire on reboots because I'm sick of seeing the same scripts get recycled, reused, and redone again. And now Lindsay Lohan is confirming that there's going to be a remake of one of her most famous films. This is from Andy Cohen's Live on SiriusXM.
Lindsay, there are rumors that a Freaky Friday sequel with you and Jamie Lee Curtis could be in the works. Is there anything you can tell us about that?
It is.
It's happening. Okay, it's happening. Any timeline?
I won't say that yet.
Okay.
I don't want to say too much.
Okay, but you feel like this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I'm going to speak for Jamie.
Yeah, good.
To me,
Are there any reboots that end up being better than the original?
literally never. I can't think of any.
Well, that's not a reboot. She said it's a sequel.
Yeah, but it feels like a reboot. It feels like they're trying to capitalize on like this renaissance that we're having with Lindsay Lohan. Like it feel like with sequels like Freaky Friday, and they did this with Mean Girls too. It's like they take the same plot, but then they just add in some new, fresh, younger characters, and it always just feels stale when we should have just respected the original masterpiece that was Freaky Friday. I love Lindsay and that other actress in it.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Abby, you realize that Freaky Friday is a remake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, it was so much. You know what? I stand corrected. That might be the better version of a reboot.
I'm going to double down on what you're saying here. I think that the concept of the movie of, we accidentally changed bodies and we're living in our separate lives is so played out in any way, shape, or form and should never be allowed ever again.
Jennifer Garner just did another one recently on Netflix.
It's dumb, and I haven't even seen it.
But speaking of reboots, this would have spoke to your heart. Somebody was filming inside a theater for the new Mean Girls movie or whatever. And so whoever's playing the lead, Katie, is talking to the hot guy in front of her in class. And he says something, he turns around, and then she starts singing. And that's when people realized it was a musical. And everybody in the theater goes, oh.
Here's the thing. That wasn't the first song in that movie. So I'm like, I think they were just sick of the movie, period. I don't think it got great reviews, although it is dropping on Paramount Plus. So if you want to, I guess, not really specifically pay for that movie and want to watch it, you can go to Paramount Plus and check out Mean Girls, the musical.
And groan in your own home.
It's not going to be any better there.
No, it's not. But you know what? You can groan to yourself and not bother the people around you. But there's another reboot coming out, and this is not a sequel. This is an actual reboot. So Baywatch is getting a reboot at Foxx, and there's no word about when it's going to come out, but the plot description sounds very Baywatch-esque. It says, daring ocean rescues, pristine beaches, and iconic red bathing suits are back back along with a whole new generation of Baywatch lifeguards who navigate complicated, messy personal lives in this action-packed reboot that demonstrates there's the family you're born into and the family you find. Of course, with a lot of exposed skin, it's very easy to find your family.
There's no matching. I can't remember what's like something of like about the 90s or whatever, and a special. And like Baywatch was such a national, worldwide phenomenon, and it had more to do like just with the timing and who they,
it's like the perfect storm.
It was
of cheesiness and coolness all at the same time.
There's no recreating that magic.
It's like they're trying to catch lightning in a bottle again. You can't do it. All right, Kate Middleton is officially out and about after her mysterious abdominal surgery / BBL. I'll tell you where she was spotted on your next Eva's on The Bert Show.
Hey, The Bert Show.